Welcome to the, oh, it's a bit dark, isn't it? Welcome to the Cove, where we're all about meditation. I'm just playing. We're in a wonderful time where gamers are playing games in record-breaking numbers. Even I myself playing more games as usual lately. And it's kind of been taking up a bit of my time. Taking up just a tiny bit of my time. So much so that I almost forgot to make a YouTube video. And I remembered that I had a YouTube channel and I had to try something new and different. So for a few days, I went back and forth to figure out which topic do I want to tackle next on my channel. But none of them would really scratch that itch that I had for these games right now. So I tried to tackle something new that would also be able to incorporate games inside of it. And the idea I came up with was, what if you could play games with your mind? And to stay in fashion with my motto, I had to embrace the spark. Recently, I picked up a Muse headband to learn about EEG, electroencephalography, which is a way to measure electrical activity in your brain. But of course, instead of digging into actual research topics, like how to trigger my mind into a relaxed state on cue, or something like Elon Musk's Neuralink, I instead decided to learn how to use it to play games. Yeah. I wanted to spice up my games a little bit. So my first target of research was how to use this brain up here to play games with it. I can think of a bunch of ways to use my brain to play games, but a lot of those ways will need a few more sensors than the Muse headband has. The Muse headband only has 4 electrodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this kind of narrowed down what I can actually do with it. But it's still a lot that I can do with it, don't get me wrong. I needed to be able to react almost immediately. Because games normally require reaction time within a fraction of a second. Imagine playing Rocket League and a ball's coming towards you, but you can't react for a whole second or two. Wouldn't be much fun, would it? EEG is such a broad topic, and there's so many ways to go about this. Most of the time, as you've seen earlier in the video, I was using my beta brainwaves to trigger on when there's a spike in concentration. But yeah, when your beta waves are pretty high, that means you're focusing on something and you're concentrating very intensely. And studies show that kids with ADD have little to no beta brainwave activity going on in their brain, which makes it hard for them to focus, hence ADD. In fact, I have a little secret for you. I've been playing beta binaural beats in the back of this video to keep you concentrated on this video. There have been major studies on what type of beats can increase different brain waves, and beta binaural beats is one of them to increase your beta waves to focus more. So I'm sorry, but you've just been hacked. Now, the focus beta wave is pretty cool and all, but remember what I said earlier, we're trying to use this to play games. Instead, let me show you this neat little feature the body can do. Come here, look. Did you see that? I'll show you one more time. Did you see that? Did you see the blink going up and down? That's my brain sending a signal to my eye to actually blink. And when it happens, I can intercept that right here. If you see me switch to the sensors, these are different electrodes. So when there's a spike in an electrode, that means something is happening. So if you look at the blue line, once I blink, did you see how AF8 just went up? So you see, we can actually capture when I'm blinking, because the sensor is in between my brain to my eye. This study is known as electrooculography, and you can use it to actually detect eye movement as well. So if I'm looking right, you can actually detect that signal as well. But I'm gonna use the blinking mechanism to play games. And if you looked at TP9 and TP10, that also triggers when my jaw moves. So if my jaw moves up and down, that also is another trigger. So now I have basically 4 buttons. I have left eye, left jaw, right jaw. 4 buttons to play a game. This is perfect. It's exactly what we need. Now that you have your daily dose of learning in, we're gonna push this science mumbo jumbo to the side and use it to play good old fashioned video games. Let's get started. We're not gonna go too much into the code. So right here, we have our Muse LSL library. It's a Python library, but I had to actually modify it a lot. So I literally cloned it and made my changes inside the library, and then made my own library called Muse Cove. After I was able to pull in the different electrodes in real time, I then passed it on to main.py right here, and then checked if that electrode was more than the threshold that I set. After that, I triggered my buttons, and I used DirectX to be able to play the game that I wanted to play. So I don't want to dig too much into this. Let's start the games. So we're gonna start off what I like to call the hello world of games, the Dino Game. So when I blink, you see the Dino moves, it jumps. That was pretty bad. But I'm gonna show you from the other camera as well, just so you guys have an idea of the reaction time of how it's happening. So I'm gonna look in this camera right here, so I can show you guys when I jump. Sometimes there's a misreading, and you see it jumping when I don't blink. But most of the time, it works without any issues. If I get too excited as well, if I'm talking too much, that may pick up with the electrode as well. So we're gonna come back over to the main camera so I can actually look at the TV in real time and see how high I can get. There it is. Ah! And you see when I smile too much, I'm also picking up the reading as well. My gosh. All right, one more go, and then I'll move on to the next game. Woo! All right, anyway, let's move on to the next game. Now it's kind of fun, but you know, it's black and white. You guys want to see something colorful and more interactive? Let's move on to the next one. Be right back. All right, so this next game is a game that I used to play when I was a kid. I'm not really a sports fan, but me and my brothers always play this game. There was a reason why we always played this game. It was because it had a 3-point competition in it. And I'm gonna let y'all hear it, just get some little nostalgia feedback coming in. But I'm only for a little while so I don't get demonetized.
What y'all ready for? 2005, here we go now. To maintain is my main aim. Step aside while I do the thing. I'm moving it.
So yeah, I would play 2K, but they got rid of the NBA All-Star Weekend. So I'm gonna get NBA Live 2005, my favorite NBA game. Really the only NBA game I've ever really played seriously. So we're gonna pull up the 3-point shootout. Now, of course, you already know, gotta pick my boy Ray Allen, the best 3-point shooter ever lived. So for this game, I had to use the second button. Remember I told y'all earlier I could use 4 buttons in total? So right now, if I go like this, if I flex my jaw, then that second button would trigger. And if I blink, the first button would trigger. So because you gotta pick up the ball with shift in this game, and you gotta shoot with, I think it's like X in this game. All right, let's go. Come on, let's go on that. I can't really move much or the sensor may mess up. But thankfully, I don't have to move much. No problem, just getting warmed up. Yeah! Listen, man. Yeah. One more. That was just my warm-up. One more game. Now that my mind's all heated, you know, it's ready to actually play. All right, no one cares, Steve. All right, let's go. Last one. Gotta be my last one. Ooh. Ooh. Let's go one more. Just gotta get one more. Let's go. Woo! I don't either. 6, we can do it. I can deal with 6. That was really good. I'm kind of working up a sweat, so this is the next game. I gotta take this Jedi thing off. Anyway, let's move on to the next game, all right? I had to take off that Jedi stuff. It may affect my force a little bit, but hopefully we can get by that. Surprisingly, this brain stuff actually works up a sweat a little bit. So we're gonna bring it back a bit. I'm gonna play the old classic. And these side scrollers are a lot easier to handle than those games that require more button presses. Because I don't have to move, because I don't have to move as much. It's just one easy blink. And I have to do all that jaw crunching and stuff like that. But let's see if we can break a world record without using any extremities. No feet, no hands, no anything. Just your mind. All right, let's go. Gotta be relaxed. No sudden movements. Oh! Come on. This is gonna be the hard part. There we go. World record! I'll accept my prize immediately. How long did that take? We're gonna speed through these last quick games. Just show you a few more games you could play and a few more games I've tried. This last game is just for kicks and giggles. Dark Souls 3. So I'm using the controller to direct, but I'm gonna use my mind to attack. So let's go, see what we got. Oh, he died? What? What? This game is a lot easier than Bloodborne. I don't even remember how easy this was. I remember in Bloodborne I died like 4, oh shoot. Oh, is this the boss? Am I speaking too soon? Anyway, that was good. That was good. So that gives you an example of how many games you could play just using your mind with one button press. Now imagine if I had more sensors like a OpenBCI or something like that. I can do so much more. This is literally just with this Muse headband. It only has 4 electrodes. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or maybe you want to see me expand upon the EEG concept, either play more games or use something like machine learning or robots with EEG, let me know. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to embrace the spark.